this.
Let me refresh the page and see.
Oh no, the preview is going. It just won't. Yes.
You made.
Oh, okay, the
okay.
preview is going, but it. Oh, your event. You may want to visit your channel. Yeah, okay. There it goes.
You can make a preview, or is it just
well,
like?
I get a preview, but you guys don't.
Oh, okay.
There's the public.
Just...
Yeah, when I'm doing it, I get like a thing. Like I get all these controls, and it has like a public view and a preview view. And I was clicking preview, going, well, it seems to be working, but I don't. No one can see it, so. Yes.
Okay,
the preview was going. Oh no, I'm hearing a horrible bad echo. Channel. Yeah, okay. Somebody's echoing. I bet it's Joseph. Well, I get a preview, but you guys don't. Joseph. I'm doing it. I get like a
mute.
I get all these controls. I'm trying. Like a public view and a preview view, and I was clicking preview, going. Joseph, do something.
Joseph, mute.
No one can see it, so.
Did he step away?
I don't know. Oh no, I'm hearing a horrible bad echo. Oh no, now we're gonna listen to this again.
It's like we're in the past. Holy
Somebody
crap.
stop it! There we go.
There we go. See, I just
oh, that was awful. We should run a fail count in this.
Am I making that sound?
It was the previews going.
I don't see any
Yes.
I don't see any
okay, the preview was going.
I didn't even open the window.
Wait, why am I hearing it again?
Oh no, no.
Oh.
Okay, that's good.
Oh my goodness. I should add in a fail count to the OBS. Edit the scene. No, I don't have time today. Well, let's remember to do it next time. Whatever. Oh my goodness. Hello out there, how's everybody doing? Welcome to not the Casey Mobile, I always forget that. It is welcome to the Toonwerks mobile, apparently. It's in the background, we haven't done these in a while. We're on episode 13. To whom will draw the elevator?
To whom the frog tolls.
To whom will do it?
No, to
I don't
whom
know.
the frog the bell.
I don't think I need the 2 in there, but it sounded nice to me, so I decided to keep it. Joseph says he's hearing 2 voices. Joseph, you may need to mute the.
Oh, because I opened it up in TweetDeck and I forgot about it.
Oh, I wish I was running.
I was looking through all my Chrome windows. Like I don't even have it open.
Oh, I should have done this earlier. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Add a. No, I don't have time. I don't have time to edit it. I was gonna do a fail count for it and do a fail right there, but. No. Alright, so I'm getting comments here live. I got the Angry Belgians saying, "Oh my God, it's Casey." I'm gonna see if I can actually see that in my this has been doing this in a while, and they keep changing things, so I need to go and see if. Well, okay, so I do get live comments on the dashboard thing. So there we go. There is apparently 6 people watching, so that's a record already.
Yay.
So excuse me. There you go. All right. So what am I doing? What am I doing today? Well, it says whom will draw the elevator because I want to draw an elevator, the inside of one. There's a scene there's a series of scenes that need to be drawn still, where they're like underneath the ship, they're like in the subdecks and stuff, and that's kind of what we were gonna do. And it starts in an elevator, so I thought, okay, well that'll be a good start. We actually already have an elevator graphic we've been using since episode 1, and I thought maybe I should redo this because it's been a long time. So there's that. And
I might not replace it in the opening to scene 2 because scene 2 has some shadow work that I had. Well, we'll have to see because I had to do some special stuff with shadows and I had to.
Well,
copy.
if you want, we can keep the. Hold on.
Yeah.
I see a bug. No, get out of my apartment. There we go.
The ants. They come marching one by one.
It was yeah. It actually was an ant.
What type of bug was it?
It was an ant.
Oh, I got a scorpion. That's on my shoe yesterday.
There have been. I need to make sure that there's something to look at here. But you know what? Actually, Mark, would it be easier just to keep the elevator? And I was gonna have a outside the window, just have the subdecks going by, maybe.
Well, hold on. Which elevator are you doing it for? Are you doing
so this is the one where
scene...
there's a super short scene where Nova's standing in an elevator, like going down.
Okay, yeah, that's scene 4.
Can't you just use? We have plenty of elevators drawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw the outside of the glass.
Scene 4, what I imagined was going to be an internal elevator.
Well, we can do something like episode 2's elevator, right?
Well, it was going to be my imagination for that shot was that it was going to be an overhead one. It doesn't have to be because we haven't really set up the thing.
An overhead shot.
Yeah, I kind of like to show that she's just in a square elevator. Because it's got to be square because she's going down to the subdecks.
That's
Maybe
fine.
Maybe it's more like a service elevator since she's going to like the bowels of the ship.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe. Well, if it's an overhead shot, do we have an overhead Nova drawn? Like, or is that something we're actually gonna have, or?
I'll give you 3 guesses. You're only gone, Nate.
Yes, maybe. No. There's only so many guesses I can give you.
Do you want to, or do you not want to?
I could, if I had a idea what it would look like, maybe I can do that.
What would an overhead of a person look like? Let's find one.
It would just be like a big shot of her hair, basically. But I can't guarantee how well it'll look.
Okay, let's just do a side one for now, or like something high angle maybe.
A high angle side elevator. So you're thinking square.
You know what? Don't worry about the side angle. Just do a normal one for now.
I thought. I figured she'd be facing the camera, like standing in the elevator with her cup of coffee, just like, just like looking at the camera. As
she
like
doesn't have a cup of coffee. She has a cup.
She has a cup, an empty cup, and like there's like a window or slots of window behind her with stuff going up, as they're going down. That's kind of what I thought we were gonna do.
Let's not have it. Let's be internal, so we don't see like space. We see a couple.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't see. We'd see like other floors going by.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Other floors, or maybe just like girders go by or something. Doesn't even have to be detailed.
It'll just be something. It'll just be junk. It'll just be junk going by outside. Maybe that's what we'll do. So you want it to be square, you say? That's fine. So let's see here. What we need to do? Do we need to show the floor of this?
I don't know.
You said a high angle. Do you want it low to the floor or high against the ceiling?
Don't worry about the high angle right now. So just draw the elevator, and you can always put a roof and whatever on it.
I'm just trying to think about like the depth of this shot. So
think about framing.
Yeah, I know that's exactly what I'm thinking about. So it's like we don't really want to see a lot of the ceiling.
Make it feel like it's small and compact and tight.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just trying to figure out like, how like the depth of it. So like where do I want to start the ceiling from? Because we don't want to feel like we're as tall as the elevator, because that would be silly. I mean, I'm as tall as many elevators, but not really actually. But so let's see. You know what? Also,
when I say how tall I am, I say it in elevators and not feet.
Oh, I forgot to
metric elevators.
I forgot to turn on.
Metric elevators.
I forgot the Casey Mobile theme. There we go.
So
listen to this.
Guess who's done with animation?
For Gravity? Really? Wow. How did you
Character
crank that
animation.
out?
I still have some background stuff to do.
Oh, the angry Belgian tweeted about you, Casey. So
yeah, he's a regular viewer of mine actually. He's a very angry Belgian. Trivia question for you guys, because he doesn't believe that Americans know what language people speak in Belgium. So what is the primary language spoken in Belgium?
I think you mentioned this the other day. Oh, what was it? Was it Dutch?
Yeah,
I was gonna say Dutch as a joke, but then wondering if it was actually true.
No, it's Dutch. It's Dutch. Yeah.
Casey, why don't you make it so the corners are steeper, like they go to the top of the
like this?
Like they go to the top of the frame rather than the side of the frame.
Okay.
So the lines for the wall.
I always forget. Oh. I'll let you catch up to where I'm at right now.
Yeah. It's,
do we want this to be bright or dark?
Let's see. She's going down to the bowels of the ship.
Well, like the lights are like places in disarray, so it's probably like the lights.
Oh no, the preview is going.
The lights don't work.
Yeah, this elevator will be
okay, the preview is going,
but that we're mimicking that we can't say without spoiling.
I don't think we should worry too much about spoilers if we really have to. Like we have to
well, I was
if
thinking
people are watching this, it's like a treat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You still haven't. No. What I'm saying about the elevator ceiling is that you kind of have the ceiling, like you have the top left corner, and then you have the line that comes towards us, goes off to the side of the frame left. I'm saying have that exit the frame either at the corner or on the top part of the frame.
Okay.
To make it seem a little tighter, because right now, putting over in there, I need a medium shot. It's going to look like it's a huge elevator. We want it to look smaller. So let's just make it look a little deeper. Maybe that'll help.
The elevator in movie wasn't that big. It was pretty.
It was pretty small, yeah.
The elevator in movie, but the elevator in radio was really small.
You know how they created all the really tight shots in The Incredibles, right? So when he's like in his like cubicle and work and stuff, they want it to feel like really small and tight. They would pull the camera back and then zoom it in to the shot so that everything was very flat.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
This still is gonna feel really wide because I'm drawing it for maybe I should try making this really narrow.
Put Nova in the take a model Nova and put it in the shot and just draw it until it seems like maybe we have to squish it so it doesn't use the entire frame.
That's a good point. Actually, let me go find a thing of Nova here.
Yeah.
Hello, Load Claw. Hello, Christian C. Hello, Kate Keel 554 504.
Oh my God, Load Claw's here.
It's Beeper Hair Casey apparently. Alright, let me go to my safe for streaming playlist that I add to bit by bit. Where the heck is it?
This is a random question. Did the Angry Belgian, if you're listening to me right now, did you send in voices for the Warcraft parody? Because I think one of the people who auditioned was Dutch.
And there's only one Dutch man in
There's
the entire world.
He's flying too. He's flying.
The flying. Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. You sounded it out, Casey, and you got the joke.
I'm looking for... Where is it? I don't know where it went. Oh, live stream safe. Here it is. So we'll just set all this to go. Okay.
Looking through my...
Yeah, so let me restart this, the frame of this here. So we want it to feel narrow. I need to find a nebula too. Character sizing, let's just drop a Nova in there. Hello, Nova. Welcome to the Casey Mobile. Welcome to In the Background. So let's rename this layer to Nova Guide. So you guys seen any good movies lately, actually?
Last movie I saw was
The Fifth Element, when we did that commentary.
Last new movie I saw was The Grand Budapest Hotel.
That's right, you mentioned that. Did we already talk about that in another stream or anything?
I think we mentioned it because it's out a while ago. It was good.
Yeah. I still need to see that. I guess I can't for a while now.
It'll be fine. It'll have a Criterion release in like 3 years.
Last movie I watched was Days of Future Past.
Yeah, no, the Angry Belgian. He I don't think he would have.
Maybe we have to make this a not symmetrical shot. That can make us
Not symmetrical, you say?
Yeah, cause take a look at this. Not necessarily. Oh, go away, stupid ad.
Let's go away, stupid ass. Oh, I mean ad. Replace the S's with D's.
Like the angry video game nerd. What a bunch of ass.
What a bunch of ass! That's how he always says everything. Oh, look at this. Actually, I'm gonna bring this up on the stream.
Don't let it show the ceiling, but show the floor instead. Maybe that'll make it feel a little more compact.
Yeah, well, because you're looking at the ceiling, you feel like you're looking up, and you're looking at the floor here. I like this actually, but we couldn't use this angle, or I guess we could actually.
We could.
Yeah,
we don't have to put the door on. We can just make it a wall on the right.
If you want some good examples of elevators, play BioShock Infinite.
You mean where they're not elevators at all and you're on like a track?
Where they're like elevator sides of rooms and they know exactly the right moment to reveal awesome landscapes.
Oh yeah. Get out of here, Nova.
Good elevator? Let's watch Devil.
Yeah,
a whole movie about an elevator. I'm actually gonna mimic that shot quite a bit here. I'm gonna give us some Dutch angles, as they say. Because I want this to be kind of an uncomfortable scene. Like it's like
start.
Well, because it's like you're like, oh God, what's going on? Like something's amiss, Well,
because we'll be saying this episode's been so boring so far. Something's bound to happen sooner or later.
Well, and we have a lot of very flat front shots so far in this episode, so. Okay.
So when this elevator opens up, it's gonna be like a pool of blood comes out of it, right?
No, not quite.
Do that eventually.
A pool of blood just comes out. That's strange. The blood usually gets off at the third floor. There we go. I need to get back to my my page so I can watch. Oh, Low Class says he saw X-Man's. Wonder if that was any good. I haven't. Well, I'm liking this actually now.
I said I saw it earlier. You never asked me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I clearly wasn't paying attention. Oh, I had a dream last night. This is Doctor Who dream. But yeah, no, I had a dream that the first episode was airing, and we were all really excited. And then, like, you know, the episode gets 5 minutes in, and then the Doctor got a paper cut and had to regenerate. He's like, "Oh no," you know.
That Doctor has that disease where he can't, like, his blood won't clot.
So he just, yeah.
Yeah. It says he has 2 hearts, the blood's pumping, like, extra fast.
Could you just imagine? He's just like, "No, I don't like the face I got with this one. I'm regenerating again."
Be a ginger, be a ginger.
I'm trying to give myself some depth here with this.
Yeah, I wonder if the Doctor just, like, one of his regenerations, he just absolutely hated the way he looked.
He doesn't like the color of his kidneys.
That's good. Yeah, that's true. I'm doing one of these things people typically don't notice is when I draw things. I typically make things in the distance much smaller. I know it sounds stupid, like, well, isn't that how you would draw things? But no, a lot of people won't do that. Like the edges on this elevator, for example. A lot of people probably make them the same width, but I made this about half, so that way it gives it more like it's, you know, it's further away. It's just small things a lot of people don't really think about. Also, as you get
the stream yet, still waiting to see when it catch up and you actually do some drawing.
I'm drawing on the stream yet. That sucks. Sorry. Hey, look, I could insert an ad right now and just be like, "Commercial break," and then just run away.
You hear that, everybody watching? Buy our sponsors stuff because it pays for Google.
We have like 6 or 7 viewers, 8 viewers. So how many ads do we have?
9 actually. We're at 9 viewers right now.
How many?
They're all watching you do nothing.
How many ads do we have to play to make $1? Like 3,000.
You just start playing ads over and over and over until we make $1. That'd be horrible. I'm not gonna do that.
I think actually put a limit on, like, after a while you won't get, you know, if you do it over and over again, you won't get any ad revenue from it.
You can't exploit it.
Yeah. I think this. I don't know if this should do the roof just because a top-down shot, not a top-down, but a high-angle shot, even if it's just this flat angle that we usually do, but seeing the ground.
Well, see, I figured Nova could be leaning up against.
Yeah, she'll be doing it, but I think it'll feel more enclosed, and you're right back to making a symmetrical shot. Okay.
Well, I mean, like, I'm doing it like it's symmetrical sort of at the moment, but I'm working on.
The stream will catch up. But
I don't even know where you guys are.
The angle implies dominance, and a low angle implies.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's more yeah.
I don't know. Work your magic, Casey. You'll do it.
Come on, I want to see where the stream's at. I want to be able to keep up with you guys on where the stream is, so I can talk about it.
It's probably like 20-30 seconds back.
I know, but I can't. Oh no, here we are.
But seeing the ground.
Okay, whatever. We're where we're supposed to be. So the green screen is peeling off my wall. It's gonna like.
It's molting into a beautiful blue screen.
It's gonna like come down over the top of me sooner or later. Okay, where are
is it getting hotter? So like sort of like
the tape's like coming off. Yeah. That's right. It's Katekyo. It's Kerpagon. Whatever. I'm just gonna call you Kerpagon. Oh, all right. We're not even to my favorite part yet, which is coloring.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we need a railing.
What if this elevator takes you a month to do?
It's not going to take me a month to do. That would be silly.
Put a fish tank in it.
A fish tank? It is a first-class cruise liner.
Well, she's going into the bowels of the ship.
This is the maintenance elevator.
Yeah.
This is the one that humans use.
This is the coffee elevator.
We should just stuff a bunch of really fat aliens in there with her.
Do you think we should finish up scene 2 and then just release it as a preview because it's taken so long to do this episode?
That is entirely up to you guys. Well, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
I mean, that's just kind of a. I wouldn't mind that just as long as the
Well, we're gonna
actual
have-
episode gets released
Yeah.
within
have-
the month. I would say.
We're gonna have
Okay.
Gravity coming along soon, aren't we?
Yeah, but that's like a minute and a half.
Yeah, but it's something.
Which,
you know,
which is about as long as scene 2.
yeah.
So do you hear that, everybody at home? Joseph's actually working on the latest short, and he's how are you almost done with it?
I have a feeling next weekend it'll be.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. And once we do that, we'll have
Like
to.
I said, the animation's all done now, but
That's
still,
right, yeah.
still lip sync. And since it's about not having gravity, you recommended having stuff float around.
Yeah, we can. I mean, there's plenty of stuff in the set that you can have like.
Yeah, so I want to just add that in. I guess we release stuff on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we could do that and turn it video, whatnot, and do some add sound effects. We'll have to add some sound effects too.
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't mean much sound effects, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can remember how it is to release a movie I worked on for months, and people watch it in a couple minutes.
It's always funny because you get to the end of things like that, and you just hate what you're working on. You're just like, oh, this is terrible. No one's gonna like this.
This would have been done a lot sooner, but about halfway through, I just got bored of animating these snakes and their wobbly eyes.
See, that's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to redo Lindsay's thing because she's got the bangs, or whatever the hair is that comes down over her ears, and
Personally,
I always
I
have
think
to.
you kind of put a little bit too much detail into how the bangs move.
Oh, I agree. It's just it annoys me when they're static.
You don't have to make them completely.
Maybe we should try to like write a code that makes her bangs move automatically. That's what 3D animators do. You know, they sit down and figure out like that. Oh, how do we make the technology work? How do we make the
snake
food?
Guys, like with these snake guys, it was obvious right away when I started moving their heads around that their eyes had to be like little rubbery things.
Yeah, I do that too, and that's essentially how I did the antenna in episode 4.
Like Andy, he's one of the snake eyes too, but his eyes really like stocky, so it doesn't move around a ton, I imagine. But
Yeah.
But these guys have really thin and long stalks.
Well, with Andy, because what I try to do with Andy is that I try to make the eye stalk direct kind of where his movement's going to go sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
it's not just like a it's not
This is wrong.
because of how those characters are, they don't just it's not like they move their head and then their eye stalk follows. It's part of how he looks around. So it's like how would that character look? He'd move the eye stalk first. And look, you're not doing too much animation with you've got flat angles and
I did it more. Sometimes they just move their stalks. And most of the time,
yeah, and that's fine.
I'm just saying how I kind of did it. Most of the thing I do is that he moves their heads, and they don't really have a lot of control of their eyes, so their eye just kind of follows their head around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a few parts where their eyes just move, but like when they're moving their head up and down, I kind of have their eye kind of not have any control about where it's looking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like when they move their head down real quick, their eyes like, like
Kind of
Action,
wobbles
reaction.
with it. Yeah.
yeah.
Physics.
Hey,
It's a
you
subtle
finally-
thing, but it'll make it look.
Oh
more
yeah, it
interesting.
makes it look a lot better. Hey, you finally put a Nova in here.
How far behind are you? My God.
Let me reload. It says it's live, but
I'm not even that far behind. When I was looking at the stream myself, it was like
Yeah.
almost right up to where I was.
Mine says 23 minutes and 30 seconds.
yeah, I was still at I had reloaded the page and it was at 11 minutes. So, or when I just closed it now.
Jeez, Mark, stop being such a fail.
There we go. Oh wow, she is very small.
Do you want me to make her bigger? I mean, well, the thing is,
There
too,
you
we can always zoom this in. I mean, keep in mind that the frame size is only like that.
That's true. It's just like she's a little small compared to the elevator. That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah,
No, it goes beyond the frame.
it
I
does
see,
seem
so.
small.
Yeah.
The elevator shot does go beyond the frame size. I mean, like you can make her like all kinds of sizes or whatever, and just make her bigger, move her closer to the camera if you really want to.
What's the hotkey for only showing? Because I found this out recently. You can press there's a hotkey that will let you see only the frame.
Oh,
rather
really?
than what's beyond it. Yeah, and it basically just uncenters everything. And I forget. I'll have to look that up later when I'm not lazy.
Dang it, this thing. Zoom into this. Oh, I see. This is slightly not the same. Alright, fine. Erase that, erase that.
Don't erase Nova from existence.
Oh, no!
She's our most important character.
I always think it's funny that it's like, you know, I really like that we decided to make an episode that centers around Nova, actually. I was thinking about this the other day about how, like, I don't know, we really need to make an episode that's more about Canis, actually.
Yeah, no, he's got...
We really need a Canis episode.
Because he's got an interesting backstory.
But
well, I was thinking about
next, just like don't really have much to do with Canis.
I know. I was wondering about that. Like, if maybe we should avoid doing the Route 2 episode and go straight to Canis.
Oh, that one sounds fun though. Sounds so much fun.
It does sound like so much fun, but I'm wondering about it because
I mean, what's a Canis episode going to be compared to that one? It's not going to be. Not going to be as good, I imagine.
Not going to be as ridiculous, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Everybody watching, what minor characters would you like to have their own episode?
Extrapolated upon, yeah.
Don't say snake people.
Don't say Andy.
Why did it have to be snake people? I hate snake people.
That's the name of the episode.
We have our own episode, Jerry.
The audience will know who that is soon.
Yeah. Do that voice for a while.
Oh wait, is this wrong? Is the perspective on this incorrect?
The episode about Canis would have to go into his past, I imagine.
Well, we talked about having a time travel episode that features Canis.
Where we go back in time to where he
into Canis' past, yeah.
He gets his eye patch and he gets his misdemeanor and...
Like, maybe Quentin tries to make him a better person, but...
Maybe he doesn't actually have, like, an injured eye, but he accidentally... used some super glue when dressing up for a costume party.
Maybe he was like a failed stage magician, or like an actor.
Should we even have like elevator controls on this thing? Because I keep trying to draw them in, and it ends up looking strange.
Just put up and down buttons.
Yeah, like this goes from like human deck to like humans need to go to fix things.
It's voice operated.
And what if you have it like a
what?
Like a wireframe,
Well, then we have to show everything on the outside of it.
When they go down, you see like the elevator shaft they're going down.
Oh yeah, we could make that's actually not a bad idea.
That's what they did in movie. We are referencing.
Are they really? Did they really? That's a good point. Actually, we could do that. I could still do that.
Sequel to movie. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, like what you're drawing is very fancy, but you can definitely have just kind of like a wireframe.
I can make this into wireframe, yeah, into like a more industrial sort of look, without a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, we'll sign that says like X days since last accident.
X days since last accident.
Violent decompression.
We could have it sitting there and it's just like on like a neon sign that just ticks over to like the next day while Nova's in the elevator. Let's see here. Where would the up and down buttons even be? Because here's the...
On the ceiling.
On the floor, you have to press it with your feet. Like a DDR pad.
What? The perspective on this is really odd, but I'm just gonna deal with it. I actually kind of like it.
I actually tested a homemade DDR pad that me and my brother and my dad made about like 10 years ago for the PS1, and it fucking still works. I was impressed.
Well,
we don't make things because it's been sitting around for 10 years.
I guess the wires could have.
Yeah, especially it's homemade, so it's like we soldered some wires together and we.
So do you like take apart a PS1 controller and?
We bought like we found instructions online and we bought a really cheap PS1 controller, like a third-party one. Yeah. And we had to solder make a small control panel, Casey. That's all you need.
No, I know, but I'm trying to like the perspective is really odd on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, we got a cheap controller. We had to solder the two parts of the button, which would be the part that you step on, to the ground, which is just below it, and it's separated by like weathering strip. So when they touch, it basically finishes the connection from point A to point B on the controller, which is usually just your thumb hitting the button. This was great because after we finished making this, we were like, let's take it upstairs, see if it works. It worked perfectly. We were like, wow, because we never did crap like that before.
Oh my god, did you know Nicolas Cage is going to be in a Left Behind movie?
What's Left Behind? What's that?
And like, I'm looking at a picture of it, like what's her name? The one of the reviewers with the red hair. I forget her name.
What's Left Behind?
That's a book series about the Christian apocalypse.
Look at this poster. She says it looks like a parody poster.
It's probably not going to get a lot of money. Link us the poster.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, that's the elevator door.
Oh, what's this? Let's show it to everybody on. Does this look like a what? Does this look like a
Nicolas Cage NATO? Enough said.
Oh my goodness! What?
I watched.
I thought I saw Bill Murray, but that wasn't Bill Murray.
It's our
Nicolas Cage, Bill Murray.
Fails his review on Birdemic 2.
Electric Boogaloo. I'm gonna do. Me and Dan and another guy in Australia did a Birdemic and Birdemic 2 breakdown and review.
Oh, so you saw Birdemic 2?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were saying how they weren't sure which things were being done as jokes and like references to the first movie and which ones were.
What I found is that when they were kind of, it felt like they were making fun of the first movie, just mimicking like the craftiness of the first movie, and it made the like the walking around and talking stuff funnier, more interesting at least, because you could tell they were just making fun of it. But then all the action stuff was like, they're reaching too far. Whereas the first one is like, all the talking stuff is so crap. You're just like, oh, and the action stuff is so funny because of how bad it is.
According to the commentary that like I was talking about, that most of the stuff you would think like was being done bad on purpose, like wasn't. So that's what made it funny.
What do you think of that? Those buttons there, Mark?
Yeah, you make those buttons 3D, but put them on the exact same frame as everything else.
Well, I mean, like, she's never gonna press them, so does it matter?
I guess not, but now she can't ever press them.
Yeah, but whatever.
Ever.
I'm saving. I'm being efficient. All right.
Maybe we should put one of your super detailed plants in here too.
The super detailed plants. It'll be a wire grid on the wall here, with like floors going by, and every floor will just have one of the plants.
You know what we could have behind like Nova? Maybe it's some sort of advertisement or motivational poster for humans. It's like, are you human today? Sorry. Or something, something slightly insulting.
Do we want to have a wireframe showing the floors going by?
Or that could be behind Nova. That's
what I was thinking. Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a wireframe. You just have like a small window, so we don't have to make it super detailed as it goes by, and it'd be easier to loop.
I meant like a wireframe, like the wall is made of like.
I know, but
I'm
saying like you do a little window of the wireframe instead of making the whole wall. Just because it'll be much easier, because the whole wall is that, or the door or whatever, we have to make the angle match, and as the thing goes up, and that's just going to be a little too difficult. So having a little window behind her that we can see.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? No,
having the wireframe, we're going to have the floor visible behind the wireframe as it moves, right?
Yeah.
If it's the entire side of this wall, we've got to make the entire. It's just hard to do because we have to make that animation of the thing moving loop.
No,
it's got to be at the correct angle.
You just do some metal beams with a light that will go up and down.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If that's the case,
it doesn't have to be super.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it just gives the impression of being underneath.
I mean, you have to put something moving, but you can just have it be on a loop.
Yeah.
And just kind of throw it in a way
what? What?
Make this a symbol right now. Make everything on there a symbol.
I was making it a symbol right now. Hold on.
But you missed.
I'm doing it right
well,
now.
actually, it's good the detail letter. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt.
So let's
go
see.
ahead.
We need to make CDM.
You just have to be clever on how you design it, so you can just make stuff move, but still keep
Yeah.
the background static.
Yeah.
Be creative.
Make it green.
Make it green.
But do you
Make
see
it
that
green.
thing I posted on Twitter earlier today
Not earlier today.
about
Finishing up animation for the Wonder Short. There's still lip sync and stuff to do though.
no, it was earlier. It was a picture about
Oh, the cookie day.
no, before that.
Scrolling. Creativitygames.net.
And
Green's not a creative color.
yeah, and I went there for work-related things actually, and I noticed that the creative had a green letter in it.
Everybody go to the Kickstarter and give money to the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared Kickstarter.
Don't hug me, I'm scared. Those wonderful people.
Yes. Oh no, Nova forgot about the auto wash.
The auto wash.
They're on track to make it, but it might be a little tight.
I trust them. So Joseph, are you gonna go see Godzilla Rift by the guys of Rift Tracks when it comes out?
How would I see that?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Sorry, that was playing.
It's gonna be in theaters in I think August is what they're aiming for.
Yeah, but do I have to go to like some special like art house theater or something like that?
No. It's streamed live, and because they have digital projectors nowadays, they can do that. So providing it comes out to a theater near you, because there's no telling what theaters are going to be able to get it to.
Yeah, like I doubt theater indoor.
How ugly is that? That looks pretty hideous, actually.
Use your line tool. What are you doing?
I thought I'd try to do it quickly and see how it looked.
We need to get you a tablet.
They're too far apart. I don't know if I like the wireframes. Gonna be really hard to draw just using the line tool. Unfortunately, maybe not. Maybe not. Hold on.
I've never
Maybe just cheap. Make it a window.
Yeah, I might just make it a window. It's the future. Everything has glass. I'll be right back. Drink.
I haven't listened to Rift Tracks.
Yeah, well, anyway, it goes to major theaters. I go to one of the normal ones, but it's only going to be in the theaters for like 1 or 2 days, depending on what they get the rights. But they are going to do it. They might do Anaconda if they reach their stretch goal. And what better movie to riff than 1998 Godzilla?
One of my favorite movies as a grown-up.
As a child.
Not because I thought it was great, but this is like, man, big lizard.
Big lizard.
The
You see
I watched a Mystery Science Theater episode called Beginning of the End. You see that one?
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one recently.
With the big grasshoppers.
That's right. Yeah.
It wasn't like super funny throughout, but it had some good moments. And if you want a really good Mystery Science Theater episode, watch Devilfish. You ever see that one?
Is that the
Devilfish is really
parts
good.
of Dr. Z? Let me see. I might have seen it. Is it a Joel one or a Mike one?
I don't remember, but it was really funny.
I am back.
Oh, great.
So maybe I have to watch you draw backgrounds. Play a space engineer.
That's a good game, actually. Joseph, you should get that game. Oh, I don't know if you like it, because...
I don't think it's my type of style game anymore.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't really like Minecraft that much, so you probably wouldn't like Space Engineers that much.
I probably don't get it.
Not to say that they're the same kind of game. Me and Loadclaw were talking about this, that like we feel that game strives to not be like Minecraft.
Yeah.
But it is that kind of game. Like it's very slow paced and
like a game like that doesn't quote unquote have a point. I don't think it can really hold my interest for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, I stopped playing Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, I don't
That
blame
should
you.
tell you kind of its quality, I guess.
It's
Not
boring.
that it's bad per se, but it's just one of those things where like this is exactly the same as every other Assassin's Creed game I
I
played for
thought
the
there was
past
gonna be
years.
more ship stuff.
Yeah, that part's great, but
Yeah, they should just
it
turn
only
that to a
lasts-
game.
It only lasts you so long in terms
Ah.
of this.
Oh, I like
I'm
this
looking at the
song.
Left Behind Wikipedia page. Let's see what they got in here.
What's that about? Is it about like, you know, the what do they call it? The
It's about the rapture, right?
yeah, the rapture happens. And, like-
Pre-tribulation rapture,
I,
and it follows a pilot, I think, and he's piloting when people get raptured. So
I think. Oh, is it? I started the James Cameron version. Oh, not James Cameron. What's the guy's name?
Michael Bay.
Oh, the guy who went first Left Behind.
there was a
He's the guy who talked about like a chicken lizard.
Ray Comfort,
No,
not Ray
Yeah.
Comfort, but the guy from god damn it,
I'll look it up.
something's hit my tongue. From Saved by the Bell. What's his name? Played Screech.
No, no, it's super religious guy who was in Left Behind.
Kirk Cameron.
Oh.
For Cameron, yeah.
Yeah, he was in. That's exactly who I described.
That's not Screech. That's absolutely not Screech. He was on that other TV show. Something another.
Kirk Cameron. American actor Kirk Cameron. Fireproof.
Growing Pains? No.
You're right, that's not Screech. Screech was someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, but I started that years ago when that came out. Yeah, Growing Pains, I was right.
Yes.
I made a few of those.
Really? They made more than one?
Well, it's a book series.
Oh.
I think it made at least two.
The other two looks like the first one was theatrical and the second and third one were direct to video.
First one was theatrical.
Yep.
Must have been
Is it
pretty
And
interesting?
limited
you were
release.
you were thinking of the Crocoduck.
Crocodile.
So what are these movies about? It's about like life whenever everyone else gets raptured. So it's
Yeah,
like,
like all the
look
good
at the
people go up to
disaster.
heaven.
You better become
Like that.
religious so that you don't end up on Earth after the rapture. Oh,
All the good
no.
people go up to heaven. Everyone else is left behind, and then I think eventually, like the Antichrist comes into play or something like that. So it's a prequel to The Omen.
And Nicolas Cage is just like, oh no, my wife has gone to heaven and I'm still stuck here. Oh no.
I imagine that this new version is not going to lay the religion on super hard.
If it's got Nick Cage, probably not.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like an
Probably
action
supposed to be
movie.
more mainstream, you know.
Directed by Vic Armstrong.
I want to make
Who's
these little
known for
windows a teal
directing-
color so you know which ones are windows.
Almost nothing else. Most of this
my
guy
goodness.
directed.
Wow, look at this room. Oh my goodness.
Maleficent. He did stunts. Vic Armstrong did stunts, and now he's directing.
So how's everyone out there doing? We've been going for 13 minutes, apparently. No, that's the average view
13
duration.
minutes. We're going
It's
for
been
45
40.
minutes.
It's been like 45 or something. No, yeah, look at the average view duration has been 13 minutes. We have a total view time in hours of 6. I don't get that. Peak concurrent has been 10 people altogether. So that's been the peak. I don't know how many people are watching right now. But that was the peak. There's 8 watching right now, so that's pretty cool. One thing I like about
Three
YouTube
of them are
streaming,
us.
actually, but like YouTube streaming that I actually like more than Twitch's is that like it gives you all of this data like as you're doing it. Like it actually tells you like, oh, you've got this. Here's your analytics. Here's this and this and this and this and this. You can see like the graph of like how many views you're getting and stuff. YouTube is really good about that. Actually, of giving information about like what people are interested in watching your videos with, and I do like that about YouTube.
Well, that's because they're tracking a ton of data
Yeah.
of their own that we're probably not even privy to. And they're like, you know, let's just let them see some of this stuff. They'll find it interesting.
So here's the plot summary on Wikipedia for the Left Behind books, Casey. Based on dispensationalist.
Well, before you get started, what color? This needs to be like yellows and oranges, right? Like brassy colors.
Start moving into grays.
Into
So you can make
grays.
if you can make very like the pink
Like a greenish gray, maybe.
maybe a bluish, purplish white. I don't know.
It does need to start going into purple because the engine room stuff is all purple.
What color is the spoiler goop?
He's purple himself.
So like, no, like the goop that's on the walls and stuff.
Oh, I was gonna associate that with the villain, so I guess it'd be purple.
Oh no, all the goop is going to be if you look at Crispo's thing, it's going to be bits of food.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's gonna be a purple, like, it's gonna all be like a purple color. So.
As long as they make it look disgusting and gross.
Yeah, don't worry. Mark, I can make anything look disgusting and gross. What do you take me for?
yeah. Well, you can't make. I was trying to think of somebody beautiful, but I don't like anybody. Nicolas Cage looked gross.
That
Unless you
beautiful
take his
specimen
face
of
off.
a man.
Jerry?
Well, we don't want this
Gary?
being blue. Should it be Let me do the walls first, so I can get like kind of the
Yeah.
Have a transition from green to gray.
It needs to be. Why does it need to be gray though?
I don't know. That's what Mark said.
We never really talked about it being desaturated. But I mean, like we've not really followed the other color scheme stuff.
Be careful because her uniform's gray.
I think I might keep it like a
It's supposed to be we're going down to where the humans work.
I know, so that's why I was thinking yellow.
But gray is very boring. Like, make it like a tint of gray, you know?
I was thinking about
like a bluish gray or a.
Well, we've used the lobby and all the alien stuff at the beginning, like all the passengers and all that, is all like green and blue. The break room is very yellow, like all the when they're in the break room, it's all very yellow. So it represents like the human stuff. The engine room should probably be more like reds and purples. I'm thinking.
I always imagined it as reds, kind of like the engine, personally.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So I think that the elevator should actually also be. It's just there's gonna be a really heavy contrast from the break room to the elevator, unless it gets a very brightish like. I don't. Unless it is very desaturated.
Even things like this where the highlights are color. Everything you can have plenty of grays, but you have the highlights are what stand out of like yellows and blues.
Oh, that looks beautiful, by the way. Yeah, no, yeah.
I didn't make it.
I wish Space Engineers would look at this. Look at that, everybody. Oh man, Space Engineers should look like that.
Yeah, it might one day.
Is that from a game or is that just?
I just googled it. It says concept art.
Godzilla art.
Concept art.
All right, I've got an idea.
Kirby Island wonders how impressed you would be, Casey, if you used a tablet.
I have no idea how impressed Casey would be if you used a tablet. I don't know. I've never used a tablet actually.
It's like drawing, except
not.
different. Yes.
I can never get the hang of it.
I'm sure it's something that you'd have to get like used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never great at drawing on paper anyway, so probably didn't translate well to it.
I feel like I do detail better on paper. Like, I'm good at drawing things that look really messy. When I draw on the computer, it ends up looking very clean and very, very, surgical. When I draw on paper, I can make things look like really grimy and gross and stuff, So it's very different. I'm gonna go with that actually.
Draw is just basically making lines and shapes. It's really hard to get detail.
Well, I mean, I can do detail. I mean, like, I've done stuff in Countless or do like rocks and things like that, and I'll use like the paintbrush tool and all that to get that impression. But, let's see here. Hey, guess what's playing? It's Blue to Noob!
I can't hear it.
Well, you can listen for yourself.
Well, then I have to hear your voice.
That's true, actually. Da 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 do 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 do.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Bump. We've already started singing. That's one of our rules when we do like Let's Plays is don't sing.
Did you release
Dread Out?
Yeah.
I'm still working on editing it. It's very buggy and the frame rate's not very good, actually. I am thinking it's just the way using OBS to record. It seems to have lots of problems with the frame rate for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really ugly. I'm gonna delete all these lines.
Casey, do you want to find? You want to do what we did last time, which is where we find a color palette online?
No, I got this. I'm just gonna erase the lines out of this because it always make me look weird to me. Okay. Nova's in the Pimpavator. That's what this looks like. I don't. You know what? It's gonna be a darker teal color. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it that color. I know that we're wanting to transition to the purple, but I'm gonna leave the purple as the engineering decks because the elevator I think looks a lot better when it's this teal. And I'll color it and I'll let you see what you say about it. But I'll just not have any green. It'll be more blue than green.
Purple rain. I'm looking at color palettes, Casey. Gonna find you one. What do you want?
Man.
Teals and purples?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. But the elevator ends up being way too colorful.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it needs to be muted. That's why I was thinking, like that picture I sent, is that we just have highlights, like have most of the things gray, but have like the thing that you have yellow right now, the handles, and maybe the elevator frame, or what the highlight is.
Yeah.
Like if you put this picture into Cooler right now and had it address the colors, it'd just be like, holy crap, had a heart attack.
Well, I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't want to erase those now. I'm gonna make these bits transparent now.
Can we put references to earlier episodes in here?
Like going by in the background. Let's see.
Should have the
What is
ghosts of Zelda.
Kurbagon saying, does everyone draw with their mouses in Toonwerks? Shut up, everybody! Stop butchering whatever that is!
Yes, I draw with the mouse. And I guess
I have a
Casey's-
tablet, but
Yeah.
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't. Oh, go ahead.
By the way,
Casey
I
draws the
haven't.
mouse, but Mark, I guess, has a tablet, but he doesn't do it like a lot of art.
I have a tablet, but I don't use it, and I can't draw anyway, so it'd be feeble.
I want to get a tablet, but I have no idea how it would.
You're probably good with a tablet. It'll definitely change your style. So for this, like maybe like a mouse is best.
Here's one, Casey.
Well, for Wonders, yeah, because we've always wanted Wonders to look very clean and very like that's kind of the point. What is this? Oh, it's a line. Get out of there, line!
Sending you colors, Casey.
Ah! All right, finally go take a look. Adobe Cooler. This is an interesting website. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, anyway. So,
Kinda.
well, you know.
Not a good color.
It's an
Alien.
interesting elevator wall.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we're gonna have stuff on the outside of it.
I mean, it
so-
works, but like it's very stylized for something that's supposed to be like I'm industrial, like in my head.
This wall is just way too colorful. Let's just desaturate the crap out of that.
Let's see what other species unknown.
What?
These are just names of different color schemes I'm looking for. Trying to find purples. Here's another decent one. You gotta keep things muted, Casey.
Working on it.
Think Brown in a Brown Factory.
Like,
Are we
you're-
excited for Big Hero 6? What is Big Hero 6? Is that
Oh,
is it like a type of cheese?
That looks cute. It's a new Disney animated cartoon. It's based on a little-known Marvel property, actually.
Ooh.
It's about a kid who makes a superhero robot, basically. I think. At least that's what the preview was like. And
How was
from-
everyone's
from
day?
the creators of Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen.
Two movies that I'm like, hey, they were pretty good. I wouldn't put your money behind them.
Oh, I love Wreck-It Ralph.
What, Disney? Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph were amazing. I don't really
Frozen
care.
was okay. Wreck-It Ralph was a little better than okay.
I think you didn't get the point of Frozen.
I got the point of Frozen. The sister's arc was stop being selfish and thinking about herself, and then learn how to love her family.
But Elsa wasn't thinking about herself. She was thinking about everyone else, except for herself.
It's a foil.
I don't know, like, I thought that movie was really good. And when you say it was only okay, I'm like, you should have, like, been, like, crazy about that movie.
Hey, remember the part where the wolves attacked?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. And,
Hey, question: should these doors be able to
It's
open?
like, remember that part when the movie happened? Yeah, wasn't that fun?
No, I don't think they need to open, because as soon as, like, the elevator dings, it's gonna cut to the outside shot.
Okay, never mind then.
It
I'll
should be,
just leave
like, slightly open, like it doesn't close all the way.
Kerbigon says, my day was. How was everyone's day? My day was exhausting. My part-time job lasted a bit too late, and I needed to go home, so I couldn't get to Mario Kart. Ugh! Has Joseph made any definite choices for the candidates on the Warcraft animation? He really wants me to do a voice. I know that.
In my head, just about everyone's cast, yeah.
I'm apparently gonna do a human voice if they're good enough, but I was gonna record today, but I napped.
It's like, it sounds just like Andy.
So I'm gonna get them in. It's gonna sound like this. This is everybody's voice.
Like all the major parts, I think I have some good like who we want to voice them, like already sent them in. The all the random voices, like I'm just gonna have people just give me a whole bunch of them, and I'll pick and choose the best ones, the ones I like the most. It's technically like one more day to send in auditions.
I'll have mine up. I'll get my thing recorded tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, those voices aren't as important, but...
Oh, so I'm not important as
You're
part
not,
of the cast. Oh, I made myself sad.
I was going to do the voice of one of the
Casey,
characters.
your stream. What happened to your stream?
What happened to the
Casey,
stream?
still
What do
there?
you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's
It
going
looks
on?
like did it freeze, or is it just on mine?
I still see it.
Okay,
It might just be buffering, yeah.
Oh,
I was
it's
gonna do a
slow.
voice
Holy
of
crap!
the characters, but
It's what?
I was going to do the voice of one of the characters, but then I started doing it, and I realized it was really bad. And slightly racist, I think, so I decided not to do it.
Which race were you offending?
I
All of them.
was doing my Tom Bondeville voice, so like, my name's Tom Bondeville. But when I started doing it, I started sounding kind of like a kind of offensive old black man voice from like the slave, from like the slave days.
minstrel show and like blackface kind of stuff.
Well, not like that, but I started putting in some mannerisms that were probably a little bit racist.
They weren't racist. They were just Jar Jar Binks.
So I don't want to say like racist, but I started sounding like a kind of like an old
Racially insensitive.
Yeah, like racially insensitive, and it wasn't really on purpose, but it was just that voice lent itself to that, like those mannerisms. So that's just kind of what I did naturally. And I was like, I can't do this.
Oh, I really like how this elevator looks so metallic at the moment.
Yeah, the color scheme's really good right now.
I left the yellow in on the handrails.
Yeah,
because it just contrasts really nicely.
Yeah, it does.
Makes it pop more. I'm also and around the door too. Is that this like what I'm gonna actually go in and make the floor look like a corrugated steel.
Casey,
somehow.
I don't like how the bottom of the elevator wall is different than the top.
What do you mean? Really?
Yeah, it's distracting to me.
Okay.
Like
I could see that actually.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to like extend the windows. That's just gonna be a pain in the ass. You can just make the bottom of it just be
the same
windowless.
as the that's what I'm gonna do.
just be a wall, and then everything above the thing is the windows.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing, so we'll just do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is a really oddly shaped elevator anyway. I'm kind of drawing it quickly.
Yeah, that's okay. It's
whatever.
okay to have this is supposed to be a creaky shot that we're going into anyway. So
Should I make it look like? So should I make? Yeah, it's like a security camera sort of angle. Should I make the walls look like damp pizza box, like the rest of the human areas, where there's like the the dampness like creeping through?
Yeah, you can.
The elevator shafts are made out of pizza boxes.
Space pizza. Let's see what else we got. So Kerber guy wants to be a voice, but doesn't manage to get a microphone. Who's the most famous voice actor you guys had, minus Total Biscuit? We had 8-Bit Mickey do a voice.
I would say that Kerbifer is probably one of our more.
Yeah, and Kerb.
Like Kerbifer is probably like the biggest name that we work with. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you, because like for example, Mac. I mean, as far as the internet is concerned, but yeah, like Mac himself does a lot of professional work. So I mean, it depends on what medium you're looking at, as far as like what you consider
Scott Johnson
popular.
did a voice for me, and he's like one of the most popular podcasters in the world.
Scott Johnson, who's he?
He's a podcaster.
I mean, like,
that answers my question.
I mean, I hate talking about like popularity of different people because, like, I mean, for example, like Edwin, who does the voice of the SCP-9000, does voices in everything. If you've watched internet cartoons, you've heard his voice.
And there's a robot in it.
Yeah, I mean, he does voices for everything. So I mean, like, you know,
Edwin is amazing. Like, he sent in voice samples of the Warcraft thing, and like, I was like, he could almost voice everyone in this cartoon, and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, like, he doesn't always do different voices. I don't know how to describe this.
Yeah,
it's,
like, it always
really
kind of sounds like him, but
I've teased him about that before. Like, he always just kind of says it's always Edwin.
Yeah,
but like you never care. He just like he pulls the character off so well.
Just his inflections and his range and the voices he did, like, just sound like completely different people, even though you can tell it was him.
Yeah, and that's really that's really the hallmark of a good voice actor, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say like, who was having this conversation with? Like, it's more than just doing like funny accents and things like that. You know, like a lot of people make that mistake that's really what voice acting is just doing a funny voice or a different voice, and that's not the case at all. It's actually about like playing a character with nothing but your voice.
Yeah, because I would probably never do a character that's just my voice. I would always try to make it funny in some way, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit I'm trying not. I try not to be that way. I don't voice act a lot.
Casey,
What?
you got that blue thing on the railing on the other side, but you don't have it on the left.
Oh yeah, I should fix that, huh?
I was waiting for you to notice it because you're working in that area.
I did notice it, but I think I did that before because I didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
You could, if you want to, you could just take the blue part out. I'm wondering if like the blue contrasts a little too much. Like it'd be better just to have this greenish grayishness and then the yellow, rather than have the blue around it.
I like the blue actually. Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, I drew it at the wrong angle. Ah! Okay, I'll just No, yeah, good voice acting is greatly in fact, voice actors in general are greatly misunderstood. And a lot of people won't ever understand like what it takes to be a voice actor. I mean,
not like the voice actors on TV.
Well, it's harrowing work. Well, and like they do a lot of work.
They do, yes.
More than you would think. I mean, like the one thing we learned real quick. Let's see. As a channel connected federator, maybe what was I gonna say? No. Yeah, it's like. Oh my god! I wish I had Mac in here. Mac could talk about voice acting all day, like intelligently, unlike myself. No,
yeah,
it's
Mac's really talented as a voice actor and as a voice director. He actually helped me when we were doing the Andy short because I'm not an actor, so he managed to help me enough that I could do an inflection on many of the lines in a better way than if I just tried it on my own.
I did some voice direction for Crispo and one of my other friends. Like they were doing some tryout lines. Or, like doing the human orc lines, and I was kind of like directing them through it.
Yeah,
probably
I mean it's
probably not to the extent that like Mac does it, but
Well, I mean, like, when it... Okay, like, a good example, for me anyway, is how... When I realized how good voice acting is, and how much it actually means. When we did Legends of the Black Book a long time ago, we just did all the voices ourselves and didn't really care.
With
and
the
then
exception
when,
of Edwin.
Yeah, and then, like, for Wonders... Well, people complained, actually. They were like...
Legends has some, like, has good voices.
It has
may
decent
not
voice
best quality
acting,
mics half the time, but I think it worked for the characters we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we went on to Wonders, it was like... We got, you know, all these professional guys in there, and it was, like, night and day. It was incredible. Like, the amount of personality... I mean, like, for example...
Especially listening to the trial things, because they give us different, like, versions of the characters. Like, we had like, an army recruit kind of Canis at one point. Where he was gonna be like Arlie Emery.
Well, I remember another big thing too was like oh god, why can't I think? It's this drink! It's this drink! It's killing my brain cells! No,
Go home, Casey, you're drunk.
no, it's like the emotion in it is very different. You know, like I could never make I could play Zyph on his comedic sad, but like Quentin, you know, like Xander Modus actually plays Quentin really well at being like dejected or excited when he needs to be, or you know, it's just like, you know, like things are uninteresting or whatever, you know, like he does a really good job. And
hey,
like
Mac.
what? Hello,
the Mackle.
I actually told Mac we were talking about it a little bit.
Like, my ears are burning.
Yeah, no, I went to him on Skype and was like, "Hey, Mac, we're talking about you a little bit on the stream," and he was like, "Oh my!" And he came over, you know what? I'm gonna freaking see if I can't call him. Hold on.
I'm glad I got to do a couple voices in the new episode because I do like voice acting.
Yeah, it's nice to get Casey
Replace
having...
one of my voices with someone else because you don't like it.
I don't mind voice acting, but I feel that like I should have better equipment and all of that. You know, it's
All you really need to do is buy like a snowball mic. That's what I do. And then you just build a pillow fort, and that's usually enough that you can clean up all the rest of the audio in Audition or
Your
Audacity.
voice, you have to have a very specific type of character, though.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, either a crazy tree, a murderous skeleton lich, or a stupid wizard.
No, I've got like the really deep. I do a really good like what was it that the M&M's guy
The West,
that goes, yeah, what is that his name? He also voices the
Fry, Farnsworth,
he
Zoidberg.
no, he doesn't voice those people.
Talking about the yellow.
Yes.
No. I'm talking about not the actual M&M's. He's on an M&M commercial. He also does the voice of the wheelchair man in
That's not an M&M.
whatever. He's in one. No, he also plays the guy in a wheelchair in Family Guy. I forget that character's name.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah. You guys always saying like, you do a good Patrick whatever, and I don't know. I've got like a deeper voice, so.
F-Threat does our Patrick
Yeah,
Warburton
we got to
voice.
get another guy when we wanted a voice like that.
Yeah, we got F-Threat
I know.
did it. He does.
Well,
F-Threat
I
does,
was able to do it, but when I listened to it, I was like, you know what, I don't like this, and don't use it because you could tell it was like microphone, you know, USB headset, and I was like, yeah, don't use this. We can get.
That's
better.
one thing with the voice auditions. People sent in for the Warcraft thing. It's awesome that they sent stuff in, but some of them are like, so you don't have good mics. I can't use it. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's so much you can clean up. Yeah, what was I say? F-Threat, he does the Patrick Warburton voice for
He
Shangus,
does so good as
Shangus
Shangus
Yeah.
McGillicuddy on the bridge, and I love it.
That's his name, McGillicuddy.
Shangus McGillicuddy.
It's a reference to I Love Lucy, because there was one episode where they had a dream, and they were dreaming that they were living in like Scottish fable or whatever, and Fred and Ethel Mertz are a two-headed monster. But her last name, her maiden name in the show was McGillicuddy, and I think there was like a character that was like named Angus in that thing, so it was like Angus McGillicuddy, if I remembered correctly, and that's what it's a reference to. Because you named him Shangus, and I was like, oh, Shangus McGillicuddy.
It's just like, I don't know, I just like him. He's not like simple-minded. I don't know how to describe that guy. He's just kind of like
character led.
He's just kind of like
Want to make it short with him.
Yeah.
I get the impression he tries to do a good job a lot of the time. He really tries, but like the work is really complicated, and like there's always this crazy crap going on, and it's just like he's just like I don't know, I'm just a guy. Like that's kind of how he comes off to me.
Yeah, I think he'll evolve into a character eventually.
And some of his things was like in Stardate when he was like, "I can carry you, sir." He's like, he's trying to be helpful, even though it's probably very inappropriate.
Yeah, it's it's not like I mean, because we hit a lot of the notes in the workplace. You've got Root 2, who's like just all over the place and stuff, and I really like actually Chris Niosi added a lot to that character, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, but like we weren't really sure what direction to take him in until Chris Niosi came along and was just like,
it was pretty much going to be C-3PO but hyper.
Yeah, well, but he gave him this like he's like overachieving kind of like is the spotlight's on me kind of personality, and it works out so well for
That's another thing about getting really talented voice actors is it's like we can come up with kind of quirks for characters, but we only have so much range.
Yeah.
So like when other people with like different styles start giving their takes, it's like, oh, I would have never thought to make Rutu this way or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I was actually, I was talking about episode 6 with Mac and a couple other people. I think it was just, I don't know if we were actually talking about it voice to voice. I think it was just like over Skype. And like I was saying,
Casey, I don't like those floor circles.
I don't like them?
I think they're distracting.
Really?
Like we want the eye to go to Nova. The more color you have, your eye's going to go to that contrasting color. So when you first look at this, you're going to see the buttons, which are...
I actually finished the circles, and they're very blended into the floor. So let's
those buttons look really kind of weird, big.
They're very big buttons. Yeah, that's very true. Actually,
I like big buttons, and I cannot lie.
Mac the Actor says, I've concluded the STV-9000 is a version of Casey. Like when Casey suddenly goes into his amazing angry yelling voice. Hello, I'm Casey, and I'm friendly and charming, and no, this is bad! Like, it's kind of true, actually.
To the STFU-9000 mobile. I'm Stufu.
It's kind of true, actually. I think the STV is kind of based a little bit on myself when it's just like, I need Doritos! Or whatever.
Why are there Cheetos on my floor? These aren't Cheetos, they're Doritos!
They're Doritos! Yeah.
Never seen Casey truly angry.
I need bacon. If you'd watched all of Octodad, I got truly angry at Octodad at the end.
Casey, here's the thing. My friend's 5 or 6 year old daughter apparently beat Octodad herself like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, it's not a hard game. It's just
for like a 5 or 6 year old, I was just like, oh my god.
I make all these symbols.
Okay, the muted circles are a little better.
It's. And I actually muted them more after you said that, so I just wanted it to look like it was like a metal plate on the floor.
Yeah.
I need bacon. Let's see. These are the elevator, hand...
Elevator.
It's the elevator.
When I was gonna say it with voice acting, no, yeah, like...
We're super good at it.
No, it adds so much. Like I can't, I'm always talking about, like when I am at work, I'm talking about the animation stuff. Like a lot of people when you watch a cartoon, or you watch anything, you're thinking about the visuals, most of the time. You're looking at the visuals going like, oh, this scene's really cool, how it's all like The Incredibles, it's all put together, there's all this action stuff. You never think about the voice acting. But
unless you're a Bridge series fan, then you're always
No, but so much goes into it. Like, before I started doing a lot of this kind of work, I thought to myself, like, how can a voice actor really give a lot of personality to a character, right? They're just reading lines on a page, right? Like, that's how it goes. They get a script, they read it. Because they have to match the lip syncing to that and everything else, so why would they do how could they improv or whatever?
Mac wants to know what you were saying about episode 6 before.
Episode 6? Oh, yeah, no, I was talking to Mac and some other people about episode 6. Now, episode 6 is going to be about McCracken. I'm not really spoiling anything by saying that. because we're not talking about the plot or anything involved, but there's McCracken a lot in it. And as we were writing the script, I realized that Mac actually knows the character McCracken better than we do because he's been playing him. So, like, you know, I'll go to Mac a lot, or at least I've been trying to, for you know, points about the character. It's like, well, in this situation, you know, how do you feel about like McCracken doing these things? Because it's like, you know, I was kind of writing him as being sort of insecure about things, you know, like, well, I'm a fish, you know, and Mac was saying like, no, like McCracken's more like, he's more proud of everything he does. Like, he may still be a fish, but he's just like, I might be a fish, damn it, but I'm gonna do a good job, and you're all gonna be proven by.
Where maybe we didn't write a lot of that in his dialogue, but when Mac was doing the character, he was thinking about that.
Yeah.
He was being a true actor.
Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot. I mean,
yeah, and it's like,
ask the actor saying like, "Hey, I'm having trouble with this scene. What would your character do?"
Well, see, that's the thing, and I feel like a lot of, especially, you know, internet animators and cartoonists don't think about that. You know, they don't outsource that much because they're like, well, I'm animating it. It's my project.
Well, because like some characters, like Lindsay, even though I don't voice her, obviously, I feel like I
know Lindsay very well. Yeah. Like, I'll usually come to you about Lindsay's stuff.
At least with the dialogue, like, side of things.
McCracken, and like not Canis as much. What other characters are like? Nova, we had a lot of.
Black's the best character in the show.
We I think this elevator is just about done.
Mm-hmm.
I think, actually looking at it.
You need to do the back thing behind the whatever. And do a Control A to make sure everything is a symbol. You didn't miss anything?
Yeah, it's all symbol. I got it all, don't worry.
I'm just saying, just hit Control A.
Or I just did. It's all symbol.
Okay.
I went layer by layer and just did everything, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
But,
and make it into one big symbol.
Oh, fine. Alright, let's just do it.
The villain in this episode, I think, once we found the right voice, it like kind of changed the character a bit.
I know we can't talk about the villain in this episode a whole lot, but like, yeah, it's sort of, we wrote it with the specific voice in mind. I mean, for sure. It's a very stereotypical voice, but like, you know, I mean, we were definitely thinking of like a certain kind of character.
Kirby Gun just asked if there's going to be space pirates in Wonders of the Universe. We did have a couple ideas.
We've talked about having space pirates so often.
There's a space pirate in this episode.
Is there?
Yeah.
What? Where?
He's in scene 2.
Are you talking about in the lobby scene?
Yeah.
Oh, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. No, yeah. No, yeah. There's gonna be space pirates. We've had all kinds of ideas and great ideas for what we want to do with the space pirates, but it's one of those things.
Roddenberry had a rule, and he was alive for Star Trek. It was no space pirates, and when he died.
Did they put space pirates in?
Eventually, they did a space pirate episode.
Let's see.
They had Harry Mudd. He wasn't really a space pirate. He was a space con man, but
I think it was like Next Generation, like mainly.
Yeah. Well, Mac is saying that he thinks McCracken is very classy, by the way, and I would agree to that. McCracken is very much like. You can tell he is like almost like aristocratic in his upbringing.
We had initially envisioned the character as being a bit of a
womanizer,
Captain Kirk, so he was going to be a womanizer. Actually, when you see him in the beginning of the first episode, the pilot episode, during the little newsreel thing, I actually have him look at Lindsay's ass kind of pervertedly, and we've luckily moved away from that. So,
yeah, well, I mean, like
one of the original things that was going to be like we were playing up the whole Lindsay's a bimbo even though she's not thing, because we were gonna subvert it in a later episode as a joke, and then one of the things we're gonna have that he kept Lindsay around because when he has the fishbowl, it warped the light coming in, so it made Lindsay's chest look larger. I am glad we moved away from that in hindsight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's like. No, yeah, it's a good thing too. Actually, I wanna make Lindsay a better character in episode 6 as well, because that's one thing that we began to realize with Stardate is that Lindsay and the Captain are definitely a pair.
Yeah.
Like they're a team, those two, you know, and it's like it's not just Lindsay has to carry him because he's a fish. Like they need to be a team as characters as well, and how they act and work together and get things done.
Yeah. And the other interesting
I
thing
actually
when we wrote Stardate is that we also found that Lindsay and Andy were like very similar characters as well, because they're very
simple,
like,
it's not really simple. It's more they're just like they're amazed by everything around them in a sense. Like Andy's always just like, look at this death, you know, he's just like he's never really like I could never imagine Andy being terrified or like or sad, you know, like if something horrible was happening, he would just be like, think of the data we're getting from this, you know, like, and then like Lindsay's, you know, the classic, like looking out just like, oh my god, this is beautiful, you know, so they get along really, really well. And like, I was actually thinking in episode 6, so again, episode 6 is about the captain, and some drama that happens with the captain and the rest of the ship.
Yeah.
And I really, you know, we wrote some things in there already, but I really want to go back and actually write Lindsay as a stronger character in that, where like she has much more to do with the outcome of the plot from the very beginning, because it's like, because again, it's like
we're trying to get better at writing female characters in general. It's that we're all male, so, and we're not professional writers, so we're just, it's kind of a learning experience for us, and we've gotten better. Yeah.
We say that, but we still write things better, I feel, than a lot of things. But yeah, no, we think about this stuff though, you know, so.
Yeah, we write better than some direct-to-video movies, I'll tell you that.
Like Alpha and Omega 3.
Alright, so with the
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation 2, Hawaiian Getaway.
That's classic.
Well, the other thing too is like it was originally a joke. I've learned, I know myself, I have learned not to just write jokes. Like it's usually a bad idea just to go like, oh, this is really funny if we do this. You know, like this X thing. Like for example, Lindsay's a bimbo, ha 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 ha. You know, like that doesn't really make for a decent long. It would be good as a short, as a one-off, as just like a thing that happens. But that's not. Lindsay's a character. She's in the show for a long amount of time. She has to have a definitive character that people can identify with and can watch evolve in a way, or else it's not interesting.
One of the reasons why I didn't move forward with that Meet Lindsay short.
Yeah, no, I agree. And looking back at it, it's like I was thinking about it the other day actually, and thinking like, man, you know, there's some jokes in that.
So Kerbigon says, smart idea not to make Lindsay a bimbo. It'd be too mean and race for a cartoon you're making. Yeah, we weren't really going to make her a bimbo. We were going to play up that angle, because the original idea was that she is like a genius.
She's secretly a genius.
We just see her as a bimbo, and nobody else is like thinks she's this super hot thing, except for
well, originally it was going to be that, like, yeah, like it's like McCracken only hired her for this.
Yeah, everybody else respects her and looks up to her for whatever reason, because I guess one of the original ideas is that alien sexual attraction is completely different. We never went into that. We were always going to like build it up to that, and then it turns out that she's a genius. We teach that to the audience. We have thrown hints at that already in second episode, that she's got like plenty
she's got
of
degrees in everything and stuff, you know.
Yeah, if I go back to episode 2, I'd actually change up the "It's not talkie time now" line as being, it's a little too demeaning, even though McCracken kind of gets his comeuppance after that with the num num times line, and I like to secretly think that she did that on purpose just to get back at him.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like,
Casey, you have a tiny little line at the top right corner that you missed.
What?
Tiny little
What?
line, like,
What?
zoom out.
What? Where? Oh, I've made another line. Oh, there's another. Oh, oh God! What am I doing? Oh my God! Ah! Jesus Christ! There's lines everywhere now. No, I'm sorry.
I didn't want you to accidentally put it in the symbol, and I'm gonna go get a beer.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna play a commercial and be right back as well. I'll be right back. Ads insert. Insert ad. Ad insertion was successful. Did that work?
I was kind of walking around, but you don't like the num num line?
Oh, I'll be right back.
For episode 2? I guess everyone's gone. Hi, stream. I was doing laundry.
I'm back. With my beer.
That's kind of like doing something around the house, but you're saying you don't like the num num lines from episode 2?
No, I like the num num line. It's like I don't like the it's not talkie time. Like, I feel it's too demeaning for their characters now. That.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's kind of the old
Yeah, I was just saying. I kind of think that I like to think that Lindsay did the num num lines on purpose, just to kind of make him feel embarrassed. That's how I make that.
This is trying to be impressive, and here's this this person who's just kind of taking things really lightly. Yeah, that's true. Like that was kind of looking down on her in that episode.
Yeah, and we
should redo
that. We'll do a special edition. We'll put dewbacks in the. Max says, "I like num nums." So what's Kerrigan saying? Casey, don't write jokes. You can't write them. Can make Lindsay like
Casey's drawing.
He was. I basically told him that he missed the little tiny line segment, and then he was like, "Oh my god, there are lines everywhere!" Because he thought it was funny to yell at me.
It's pretty fun to yell at you.
It is, yes.
Because we can just kind of mask it as a joke, but deep inside we're like just angry at you all the time.
Oh, Joseph, you know that's not true because you have nothing inside.
Oh. Just a hollow shell.
Beer. Corona.
Yeah, Lindsay's definitely one of those characters that I latched onto when writing because it was just kind of up my alley humor-wise.
Let's see what's Kerrigan saying. It's like, although she
one day I'm gonna restart that Lindsay Twitter because that was a lot of fun. But it just didn't get a lot of attention, so I didn't really feel.
Yeah, we'll get that back. I still kind of want to do a Stupid 9000 one as well.
Yeah. I like the Lindsay Twitter because it was just like
there's pictures of. I loved how you got like the space puppies from the Airbud space puppies for the background image.
Well, because she would be like everyone they're serving sugar cakes in the lobby, and her reason for saying that wasn't that you should go get one. It's like you should go get one for all your friends. So it was just like if you read that Twitter feed, like all of that is within her character, how she would think.
Yeah, now she's kind of moved into the cutesy kind of category, and we'll still have character development. Like she's not there just to be cute. She's a bit of the comic relief, but. It's like with the started episode with her and Andy, and like he's trying to impress her by saying that he's this great warrior, and then she's impressed, and then he says that it's just Dungeons and Dragons, and she's still as impressed.
Yeah. She's like, obviously this is very important to you, and if you're excited about it, I'm excited that you're excited.
They work really well together, those two.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like when we're building up this thing with Quentin and Nova, and I hope it's not totally forced, but like those two.
Did you get that line segment I told you missed?
I just did
right. It's still there on the right. I see it.
What?
Scroll over a little bit to the right, and you'll see it.
Oh my God! It's right there.
Yep. See what would you do without me? You'd put that into the symbol, and the symbol would be huge for no reason.
I'm clapping.
So can we talk about right now where Nova and Quentin's relationship will be at the end of this without just totally spoiling it for people?
I think people will. Okay, so like one of the biggest problems with Wonders in my eyes is that Quentin and Nova are very forced, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is episode 5 does better with that. It makes it more. It takes it in a better direction where it's more of like a, hey, we're friends. You know, we're in a bad situation. But we're in it together.
Yes.
Yeah, like that, and that's a good direction to take it in. Whereas, like, in episode 1, it's like we were thinking, like, let's make them fall in love. I don't like writing love at this point. Love is, like, a really touchy subject, and it's very organic. It happens, it can happen spontaneously, but it happens for a reason. You know, it's not like oh, I just happened to see you and I'm in love with you. That's ridiculous, and we're bad for writing that in the beginning.
Yeah, and honestly, it was just us doing this for the first time. We've learned from that. It was.
Well, we had a joke about Stufu.
Yeah,
like dating tips, and that was the entire reason for it.
That was the thing, and it was like, what do you have in the show? You have a main character, you have a love interest, you have a wacky sidekick, and that's how we kind of started. And our characters have evolved, which is great.
No, yeah. Lindsay is warm all the way through. She is one of those characters that will always just, like, she'll always see the bright side of things. Always, always, always.
So is Lindsay going to be a warm character on the outside as well as inside? I mean, it'll be interesting if Lindsay actually has someone cold or emotionless deep down.
No, she's warm all the way through.
It'll be like Dax on Deep Space Nine. Trill have very cold hands. It's a character trait.
It's like maybe we can do like something like how Zoidberg get like emotionally irrational during like his species mating time and whatnot. And I was just thinking of that, and I'm like, wait, that just morphed into a really bad period joke, and let's not go there.
Yeah, you got to be careful with female characters. You know.
Be careful with all characters.
It's true, but I mean, with female characters, it's like, you know, you can't just like I was watching Chuck. That's a show I watch. And I was thinking, like, would the female characters in this be interesting without the male characters? You know, and it's like, that, for the most part, probably. But, like, that's a big thing with media, and that's one of the biggest problems that we face with media, is that, like, you know, do the female characters literally only exist to complement the male characters? Because that's actually, like, a thing that happens a lot. Especially in video games right now, it's really bad. It's like we're writing a short that I don't want to give away characters, but we have a female character we're introducing in that, and we thought very heavily about that. Like, let's not just make this a character that shows up just to be the girlfriend or just to be a girl in general.
Which was an original thing. It was going to be she was somebody from Quentin's past, and that's how we related it to Quentin. And we've all decided to move away from that, which is great.
Yeah.
Quinn and Nova are siblings. No. Nova and Root 2 are siblings.
Nova and Root 2. We have a lot of great plot twists and wonders, like, ready to go whenever. And it's just like...
Space Bounty Hunter. What are we going to do if we have, like, a Boba Fett character?
Has a twin sister named Luna.
That's right.
And she's, this isn't really canon yet, but I always imagine that she has a twin sister that looks just like her, but she's, like, her a total opposite, like into extreme things like sun surfing and all that.
Solar surfing.
We actually started writing out a plot for that, but at least I did, kind of in my head, but it never really took off.
Did you ever draw a character model for her? I forget if you did.
I started to, but
she was cuter looking than Nova. I remember that.
Nova without glasses, but she had like.
Did she have like shorter hair or something?
No, I think I was giving her long hair. She had like she wore like goggles or something like that. So
yeah.
It didn't get very far. I was just wondering what it would be like.
Casey, this is something in the background. It doesn't need to be the exact length. You can just make it as long as you want.
Oh, I know. I was just getting the shape tween right.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're shape tweening it.
Yeah. I was gonna go and just do the back of this so we could just have it back there. That's fine.
Good. I don't have to do it like it had to do with the freaking scrolling background.
It's gonna be something very simple because.
Yeah, that's all it needs to do. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want it to be distracting, so.
And it's going up. Yes, it is.
Oops! It's going down.
Plot twist: Quentin is actually smart.
No, you know what? That was a thing actually. Quentin was gonna be like a really good engineer in the original idea, but we never really shown him doing any of his actual work. And that makes me sad. Like, it was going to turn out that, like, we decided to go with the plot twist where he gets to be in charge of the engine room. And we've never really done anything with that. That's another big thing that I am actually upset about, is that we've never had him do his job. Yeah, they just said, like, well, he'll do this, and then we never went anywhere with that, so...
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting... Like, if he was going to be the janitor, then it was like, how do we make him stand out, and then have him just be promoted and can't be demoted? And that did successfully set up the whole antagonistic relationship with Canis, which I
episode 4 we made a line. It's like I'm the chief engineer. Why aren't I doing chief engineer?
Yeah. Well, and I've always thought we need to have an episode where they go down to the engine room and Quentin's working down there and running it, and it's all fine, and they're just like impressed. They're just like, hold on, you actually know what you're doing down here? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, how do you think the ship has been flying all this time?
We do have a couple plot lines where him being a fixer-upper is a plot point.
Yeah, we had some. We actually had some.
Eventually.
There are some plot threads that I wish I could talk about, but I don't think I can, just because they're just because they might end up becoming future episodes. So, yeah, episode 4 did a lot for Quentin's character, I think, actually. Quentin and Canis. Episode 5 does a lot for Nova, and episode 6 will do a lot for the captain and Lindsay and the other bridge members.
Yeah, it's a shame we just haven't had time to expand on that. Like, we didn't move a little faster, so we can actually have more, like, more.
Yeah. Max says we showed Quentin hitting things with a wrench, and he liked that.
I know in episode 7, I mean, like, we're thinking all the way up to episode 7 at the moment. Episode 7 is really just a joke, and we gotta work around that. But, like, beyond that, I don't really know. I mean, like, I've written down that we've had, like, a good 30-some-odd different episode ideas, and it's ridiculous. Episode 5 is one of the first ones we came up with, though, so I'm glad that we're actually getting it done.
Yeah.
In a very different format.
Yeah. This shot's done, I think, Mark. What do you think?
Let me see. Needs more puppies. No, it looks good. Just put everything in a folder. Put everything in a folder because that helps me out. You know how you love putting things in folders, right? Right, Casey?
Oh, yeah.
Folders great? Yeah, we want to make sure you put everything in folders, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Elevator. Should I do another thing tonight? Should I work on the yellow nebula?
I need a very quick outside hotel room.
Hallway or whatever.
Oh, the hallway. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that one next.
It just needs to be something when the door opens.
That's fine. I'll do that real quick for you.
You know that picture of like the front door you have of the room? I basically need the hallway outside the room.
Kerbigon asked, is the White Dwarf really the largest ship? So just to clarify, White Dwarf Line is the
owner of the company that
owns it. Yes, it's a spoof of the White Star Line that owned the Titanic.
See, the idea is that the White Dwarf Line actually owns more than one ship, and the Wonders of the Universe is just one of them.
Yeah, it's their flagship. I think the only thing we actually say is that it's the largest ship this side of the galaxy, largest cruise ship this side of the galaxy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's large enough to at least have bragging rights. Maybe there's like a race of giants on the other side of the galaxy that lives on like a Jupiter or something.
In the newsroom, do you call it White Dwarf News?
I'm sorry?
In the newsroom, is it White Dwarf News?
I think it is actually, yeah. I mean, the idea is that we're slowly building this up, and like I guess this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's not really a big one. That White Dwarf Line essentially owns everything. They had the Wonders of the Universe was built by their employees, and they run it and everything else. They also happen to own the news, and a lot of the advertising that goes on in this series, and that's actually.
If you ever show it's probably like the White Dwarf military too.
Yeah. They
it's the Space Navy.
I mean, like, I'll just go ahead and say it. Like, the owner of White Dwarf Line, Ace Johansson, who we've mentioned the name in episode 2, is like the richest thing in like the universe or whatever. He basically owns everything. So I mean, we're gonna get more into his character as time goes on, but
yeah.
Because he's actually a very important character to the whole series as things happen. I guess we should do this too.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah. No, we got some good things planned. We might.
Yeah, there is actually.
Episode, we're gonna probably focus on a couple of shorts, and we might do a small other thing just to kind of like wash our brains out and reset. But we'll see once we get this episode done. I'm gonna be finishing up scene 6, which is the last scene chronologically. In this episode, we've got 2 other scenes after this, which includes the elevator he's doing right now. So
an interesting thing.
Get this episode done in like a month or 2.
We are actually telling an unfolding story too, and I don't think anyone's really aware of it yet. If you go, I mean, like you can, if you watch it's almost like, I'm trying to give a good example here, but there's a few little itty bitty hints that are dropped in key places that a lot of people haven't noticed yet.
Mostly in 4.
Yeah, mostly in episode 4. There's a little bit in episode 2. There's some more in episode 5. And like, if you're really paying close attention to things that are going on in the background or little details on some of the props and stuff, there is a twist to like what's actually going on and sort of like what the whole.
there's a big hint in episode 5 that some people may miss, and I'm wondering if people will ever notice it.
I complimented it actually. Was that your idea, by the way, Joseph?
Yeah, it was my idea.
It's really good. I don't think anyone's gonna. We'll see if anyone notices it, but
It's very noticeable. Like you,
it contrasts the scene a lot. Actually, so like your eyes will be drawn to it, but it's only there for like a second. So like, but yeah, no, I don't know if people are gonna see it or not, but it doesn't really give anything away, but it makes you go, what, you know, and then it's gone. You're like, oh, what was that? You know, then it gets you thinking, you know. So like, there is actually stuff happening in this.
You showed off Ace Johansson to like the Facebook page.
I don't know. Ace Johansson looks really cool,
yeah.
by the way. I actually really like the design for Ace Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's
Chris
really
Bo
good.
did the initial design.
So some backstory to Ace Johansson. You'll notice that its name is like one letter off from being Cave Johnson, which is really bad. No, but and I guess we can't talk about it a whole lot, but it's a character that me and Chris kind of came up with a long time ago for Wonders of the Universe, when we were still writing like episode 2, I think, and because we knew we had to have a character there, but we didn't know what he was going to be called or anything, and went through all these different iterations and stuff, and like, you know, Chris Bo and myself just kind of wrote a whole bunch of things about him, and we really like him, and Chris Bo wanted to make a whole series about him, and we haven't gotten to that yet, and it's a whole mess, but he makes his debut in episode 5. He shows up for a little bit. It doesn't really show off a lot of his character or anything, you know. That'll still be to come, but
He was gonna have a bigger role in the original draft of episode 5.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, we were actually drafting. I remember we had ideas for him coming to the ship, and I don't know if we'll still do that, but
We should find a way for people to see that
Life.
first episode.
Do you have a
5.
picture?
No
Do you have a
way.
picture of Ace Johansson? I can just show it to the stream.
I can make one real quick.
Sure.
I think I have one.
Make sure he doesn't have the thing.
I'll make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the original version of episode 5 was a very different type of cartoon, but it still had some good stuff in it that I think people would enjoy. I think it would be a waste if
We never went. Yeah.
no one ever sees it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes in our original version of episode 5 because we wrote it like 3 or 4 times. And one of the original scripts had a lot of really good jokes in it actually, and I really want to go back and somehow fit those in. Looking for wonders, art and design.
I got it sent. Don't worry, I'm setting one right now. I just gotta crop it.
New folder, storyboards, episodes, the gravity short, gravity art.
Oh, that's
Mark,
pretty good.
you have that human model of the human that's going to be working in the Fumatron core, right?
It's
Like
the
that?
old female model,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of like Asian looking lady.
Yeah, I believe I have her because we used her in episode 2, so I should have her in something. I'll go look around.
No,
the only
it's a
was a
I
different
drew
one?
it like yeah, it's brand new. I drew it. a couple months ago.
Not sure. You might want to just put it on the Google Drive.
Joseph, I'm gonna draw the exterior hallway right now for the gravity thing. It doesn't need to be. It's mostly gonna be blocked, right? Like we'll be barely even able to see it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I do have to say we might have to get that audio for that character redone because I remember I haven't listened to it in a while, but I remember the audio being a little staticky. I'll see if I can see if I can clean it up.
Okay.
So I just sent the thing over the thing.
I guess I can just draw right on here, actually.
Probably need that character pretty soon.
No, she's not there till scene 5, so
I didn't even know we had that voiced. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, one of my friends.
Do we want to say so? Like, I don't know, Joseph. By the way, I've never mentioned this to you yet, but me and Mac are very shocked you actually got Princess Aurora to do the voice of some of the characters in Gravity. We were just like, what? We didn't know how you managed it because apparently she's hard to get a hold of.
No, we're old friends.
We're all friends. That's correct,
Friends.
Joseph. We are all friends. Yep.
We have the same birthday.
What? Are you sure you're not twins?
Not the same year, but but same date.
Oh. Good grief. She actually does voices in League of Legends, so there you go.
Yeah.
This exterior hallway, what color should it be? What's the floor?
I used to talk to Princess Aurora a long time ago, I remember. That was
I've
long
never talked
ago.
to her. But then again,
you weren't on the Cheesy Art community. She was a lot of like the people were there before they moved over to before Cheesy Art got crap.
Maybe we should put this picture of Ace Johansson on the Facebook page.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Oh, you sent that over, right? Yeah. Let me take a look at this. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Open file. Oh, here it goes. Here's Ace Johansson, everybody.
Ace Johansson.
Yeah, this is Ace Johansson. So Ace Johansson has 4 eyes. We've made all kinds of jokes about that, but he's still an alien. Crispo always had.
I show him wearing glasses at one point.
It's like kind of like a thing for each eye. No, you know what? Actually, Ace Johansson is the. Well, I guess Andy only has 1 eye, but Ace Johansson is the only alien with more than. No, I'm sorry, that's also false. We actually have some other aliens that have more than 2 eyes.
Oh, we got a bug alien somewhere.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Ace Johansson, I liked him, but I liked the 4-eye thing about him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The white beard was my idea. I'm calling that. It was. I remember Chris Boach.
Oh god.
But no, yeah.
Who voices him right now? Because it was really going to be Chris Bow, and then we had decided on someone else.
Yeah, well, So with Ace Johansson, Chris Bow originally did the voice for him, and did like this very like kind of pompous sort of British voice, and then Mac came to us actually and said, no, there's too many British characters in this series. So we talked a lot about it. And Mac had
Chris
the idea.
felt a little bit hurt that we wanted to recast him.
Was he? I don't know.
I was against
me,
it.
but...
I was against it. Hear that, Chris Bow? I was on your side.
Well, either way, Mac brought up a good point that we needed more diversity, and we tried a lot of things, and we gave him like this southern accent, and it works really well. And like in the words of
who's the voicer we have for him? I don't remember.
His name is
Ty Konzak, isn't it?
Yeah, his first name's Ty.
Yeah, it's Ty Konzak, I'm pretty sure. And then yeah, and he's
Troy
just
McClure.
like he's just kind of like great and Zephyr. Well, I can't do the fucking voice. I'm not even gonna bother. It's really good though.
Chris Bow's original design, his eyes were kind of like 2 little beady eyes, like the same size or something like that. And,
Yeah.
I think it translated well into your style.
Because I imagine
He
that
is-
is like his second set of eyes like don't really move around as much.
Yeah, we made him a lot. We made him older too, right? Because no, I guess Ace Johansson's pretty goddamn old actually. But he's a very fun-loving alien, like that's for sure. He's like I imagine him like going on like safaris in space and like
space safaris.
Space safaris and things like that. He's ridiculous.
Did I spell Ace Johansson right? I can never remember if it's an S-O-N or S-E-N.
I thought it was always 2 S's. Like Scarlett Johansson has like 2 S's.
Well,
I guess we can spell however we want. But because actually I don't think Quentin's spelled correctly technically.
No. Quentin should be E.
Although I guess
with
there is like
eyes.
a town in Germany spelled like that, so I guess so I did look it up to make sure it was the correct spelling, but yeah, I thought it was J-O. Oh, whatever.
I just said Johansson, so.
Well, yeah, he.
It's just as long as we have its constant, like the food.
We'll figure it out, and then we can change it if we need to.
Whoops. No, but yeah, Ace Johansson's one of my favorite characters, and we have yet to get more into him, but does a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah. What about Miles Parsec? We're gonna put him
I
in.
really
Miles
wanted to
Parsec.
do him.
Yeah, that's one of those characters that like. So like the story behind Miles Parsec is originally was going to be the only human that any alien actually liked. It was going to be and the thing was he was going to be the star in a TV show that was kind of like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And was actually making fun of humans. so the star in the show was a human being, but aliens liked it. It was a popular show, so he was actually rich and had a lot of money.
So he was like a passenger.
Yeah.
On the Wonders.
Casey, don't make that the same blue. We gotta make the hallway a different color.
I changed the
Okay.
Yeah, I changed the tint of it.
Yeah, the theme for all our characters' themes are are themed around how do you relate to your job, and he was going to be the washed up actor, like he wants to get back. He's run his course. So,
yeah, well, I also like the idea of Miles Parsec being like he liked what he was doing. He's what's the proper word here? It's like it's like being like a popular comedian, right? Where like your only joke is that
you make... a guy who was on Star Trek. And because he was on Star Trek, he's doomed for the rest of his life to go to conventions.
Typecasted or what? Yeah.
Yeah, he became typecasted as the human.
Like Jake Lloyd or Krusty the Clown.
It's like you're watching a Galaxy Quest. It's like how those people end up. Like,
my idea for Miles Parsec was that he
That's right. We were thinking that Miles was going to have the voice of the Old Spice guy when we were figuring him out.
But I mean, like, as far as the character itself is concerned at this point in the show, I kind of imagine Miles Parsec being he was typecast as the human. So despite the fact that he is a well-known human who has a lot of money and stuff, he is still a human. Everyone still looks down upon him, and they laugh at him for what he represents. And a lot of humans actually would find it, like, offensive even, maybe. You know, it's just like... I'm trying to think of a good example. It's like
I'm sure, back to... like the early, like how a black
yeah, I was gonna say like racism almost. Yeah, like you have
as because he's good at playing the saxophone or something, but at the same time he's still a black man.
Yeah, it's like people know them for being. It's like when you get a popular actor who acts like a doofus, and everyone knows them for being a doofus, and then laughs at that, and that becomes their entire being.
To get a little more real with it, it'll be like a black actor playing up the stereotypes for the entertainment of others.
Yeah, that's
he gets famous for it, but you know, he's a disgrace to his people, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about, like, more recently. Like, when we were writing all the characters out, we had a Miles Parsec in it. That wasn't what I was thinking. But nowadays, I think that's a very good approach to what a famous human would be, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, you know, it's someone that they kind of, like, they don't really do anything good for the name of the human race. But people love them anyway, because they make fun of what they are.
If you ever do, like, EarthCon...
Yeah, there's an episode we want to do, or maybe a short, or whatever, where EarthCon happens.
Will there be mechs in Wonders of the Universe? Asks Kirby on.
Mechs?
Mechs.
I figured that at some point there has to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's an episode we've had ideas for where there's EarthCon, which is, you know, it's a convention all about Earth, and like there's all these aliens that are just obsessed with Earth culture, but don't really understand what like Earth really was or anything, so they cosplay as like George Washington and you know, whatever, and like they go to this convention and like and it's just like a mockery of human history, you know, and like, but they all love it because humans, you know, it's like they're the mega fans, they're like the elitist mega fans of Earth, and like
they're the Earth Taku.
Yeah, so the Earth Taku. Yeah, we've had that idea for an episode for a long time, so
we kind of had a hard time like wondering what the episode's actually about, like beyond that.
Yeah, because that's the joke. We don't really know what that episode would be about.
We were gonna. I remember we were gonna have Quentin and someone else was gonna go hide in there because they were running from someone for something, and then they're gonna have the Stufu go around scanning everybody, trying to look for which human has 55% water, and that's the actual human.
Yeah, because everyone's dressed up as humans, so they can't find out which ones are. Another funny joke in that one that internet fans will take to heart is there's like a scene where like, you know, Quentin and Nova are discovered as being actually humans or whatever, and Nova's like arguing with Quentin about like their relationship or whatever, and like she slaps him or something, and then like there's a Homestuck troll in the audience, like an actual alien that looks like a Homestuck troll, just going like, "It's a complicated human mating ritual," or whatever, you know, which is a very specific reference that only Homestuck fans will ever get. But like, you know, it's really funny, and I wanted to make fun of like. With writing that episode, I wanted to not really make fun of, I guess, but like poke fun at like big fan bases for things like fandoms and stuff that get really big for no reason. Yeah, and like, because it is very silly. It's a very silly thing. And Miles Parsec was going to be like one of the major players in that episode because it was,
Yeah, it's like like the star of the con. It's like
Yeah. It's like, oh no, McCracken was going to be a guest because that's why it was on his ship in the first place, is because he's the only other thing on the because like McCracken's actually a fish from Earth. Everyone's like, oh yeah.
Are we ever gonna explain why he's a fish?
Probably not, but yeah, that was like, that was one of the reasons why it was taking place on the Wonders, is because he was actually a decorated thing from the planet Earth,
Yeah, because his mom was from China.
Yeah, or whatever. So yeah, there's that, and then like we're gonna have like not Ace Johansson, Miles Parsec being involved in that. And,
he was just going to be signing autographs.
Yeah, so like...
We'll have to see if we can put him into... One of the episode ideas we had was let the humans make a speakeasy. They weren't allowed in the alien bars because the racism,
because they're
speciesism. So we might put him in one of those episodes whenever we get to a bar.
Yeah. I mean, that's the episode I do want to do, but I think it fits better after we get finished with this initial arc.
A little bit, yeah.
I think after this first arc, it's going to be more about the humans and their plight, I think.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Kirby Gun's asking if Nova's a tsundere, and I'm looking that up, and because I don't know Japanese stuff, but is a Japanese character development process that describes a person who's initially cold and even hostile towards another person before gradually showing their warm side over time. I would say she's a bit like that, not intentionally. Like, we imagine her as being cold, this cold feeling for a reason, and we've since, I'm sorry, Kirby Khan just said there should be My Little Pony stuff to poke fun at the
Oh, that's true, yeah. there should be like My Little Pony things having fights with Homestuck things.
Or like a race of
yeah, there's like
brightly colored horse people.
I'll be right back and I'll finish my thought.
They're like the bodyguards. They're like the muscle.
The My Little Ponies are the bodyguards.
No, they're like big, impressive-looking horse beasts, but they're like bright pink.
They're from Equestrian 7, the first planet that they ever go to, yeah. Joseph, what do you think of this hallway, by the way?
Let me see it, like, all zoomed out.
Yeah.
We had another idea with Novo. It might be more of a short idea, where, she plays that online game she does.
I'm back.
But she made a bunch of friends on there, but none of them know she's a human.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
She meets up with some of her online friends.
Yeah, and like a few of them come on the ship, and they're all aliens. And like she has to disguise herself as an alien.
That'd be an interesting episode. That'd be an interesting point to go into. That like maybe Nova, like that's one of the real like friend connections she has, but none of them know she's actually a human. So that it's like she has to show that side of herself where it's just like I don't want them to know, and like so Quentin's there to support her or whatever, and like helps her sneak in.
The joke was like she just like dyes her skin green and puts some on a antenna or something. But then Quentin is her personal subservient. Something like that.
Not a bad idea, actually. I mean, there's potential. There's potential for character development in that episode. That's why I like that being an episode.
I remember Chris Niosi wanted to write an outline of that script, but he was getting all sentimental about online friends.
He was getting very heavy about that. Yeah, he was.
Good for him. I'm glad he feels that way, but it just wasn't making for a very interesting.
Let's face it. Then I tried to write it. But then I tried to write it, and it was going to be about, like, a supernova that was going to blow the ship up. Because that's always what I write. It's always like, there's a disaster, and it's going to kill everybody, and they got to stop it, like...
So here's the rundown. Casey is Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I'm Stanley Kubrick. Joseph is Michael Bay.
No, I don't think so. Like, I'm definitely the Michael Bay of the group, though. That's for sure. Right? I like big explosions, and I mean, like
Armageddon, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But
Michael Bay.
Well, it's like in episode 5, actually, the last scene was like me just going to town with like a lot of the lines and just being like, this is hilarious, and like we all were just like, this is absolutely really funny. But it doesn't always fit. It fits really well in episode 5 because the character is such a thespian. He's such a, everything is played up to like the 20th degree or whatever. It's so over exaggerated in episode 5. Which
show off the characters we have here.
The characters, they're over to the left.
They're on the side, yeah.
I gotta move them over.
But not, I guess on the screen.
Yeah, we haven't. We can introduce them. We have.
So here we have. So interestingly enough, this guy, the father, was originally played by 8-Bit Mickey, but he's not very good at correspondence. He's hard to get a hold of. He's usually busy, and now he's in the Navy or something. So.
You know, sail the 7 seas?
Yeah, it's hard to get a hold of the guy. So we got him to do online, but now we got another guy. I actually don't know his name, and I feel terrible about that. Matt got a hold of him to do the line for the.
I have it somewhere, but I'll have to make sure. But
yeah, the Petunia here. So Petunia, who's the wife, came out. I don't know where this character came from. I don't know where it got started. I know it was Joseph.
It was a background character in episode 1. We just needed to populate the lobby. So, these weren't the models that I drew for the kids, but I drew the father, the mother, and like a crying kid, and like the little boy was like on the dad's shoulders.
That's right. Yeah.
Which doesn't really make sense because they have no legs. Jerry is played by the audio says.
Tail was like wrapped around his shoulder.
Oh, okay. Jerry is played by Russ Gold. Is what the audio says? The audio file I have.
But yeah, I don't know where you started doing this voice, Joseph. I don't know at what point we started going like, ha ha ha, listen to this. But Joseph does this this Jewish grandmother voice that's ridiculous, and like for some reason it just stuck with us, and we wanted to make a character off of it.
Well, then in episode 2, we just needed a random alien or 3, we needed a random alien at the counter, and he said, well, let's just use the snake guy. We get it. I made 8-Bit Mickey to voice him because he has a mustache like 8-Bit Mickey does.
Yeah.
I changed his outfit a little bit to match his costume, and hope he doesn't mind still using that.
We've got Petunia, Jerry. Was it Danny?
Danny is the boy, and Petunia Jr. is the girl.
Petunia Jr. No, but yeah, so like the lady. If you watch the Casey Mobile stuff, you hear me and Joseph go back and forth as these characters a lot. So I was like, Jerry, what? Like the Euro Truck Simulator has it really bad. Where there's a couple places like where they're just we're like driving the truck and they're just like Jerry, you gotta pull over. You gotta ask for directions.
The Euro Truck was before I kind of perfected that voice because it's actually a lot different.
Oh yeah,
but that one it's actually a lot less exaggerated, and then over time it just became more and more silly.
So Joseph does Petunia, and then Mac, because so at one point Joseph was doing the voice of Jerry, and Mac kept telling me on Skype like, look, we gotta get this recast because it's just Joseph sounding tired. And I was like, yeah, I know. So Matt got a hold of a guy that is actually like this Jewish father guy, so he just fits the role perfectly.
Oh yeah, the new guy.
He's really good. And it's funny because some of the behind the scenes, I guess when they went to start recording the lines, the guy's kid came into the room and was just I don't know what his name is, Russ, and he was like, oh, Dad, you gotta cut the pineapples, Dad. You know that so-and-so wants the pineapples cut just the perfect way or Mom's gonna have a fit. And he's like, okay. And it's just it's just oh my goodness, this man is the exact replica of this character. But yeah, we always...
You said you were at work one day, and you basically ran into them.
Yeah, there's such a stereotype, these characters. I feel bad saying that, but it's like the typical, traveling abroad family. But there's this old couple that comes into work sometimes, and I didn't even base these characters on them. This is all just coincidence. And they come in, and there's this old man and this old woman, and they're at the counter, and they're buying some cantaloupes, and the wife's just like, Jerry, Now, you gotta make sure you check the cantaloupes. It's all about the rind. And he's like, yes, Margaret. He's like,
his name was Jerry. Right?
yeah, his name was Jerry. And she's like, you gotta squeeze the rinds. And he's just going like, I know, Margaret, that's just how you tell if a cantaloupe's right. It's like, yeah, this is my husband, Jerry. He's a nice man. You know, it's just like hilarious.
But he's not as good as his brother.
yeah. You should become a fireman like your brother.
Cousin.
It's just like the most typical, like. It's just hilarious. Yeah, so like, you know, this is this very stereotypical family, but they're snake people. So yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And they're the same race as Andy.
Yeah, Andy's Angerflax is one of their.
What do we name this race?
I call them the Slithers or something.
Yeah, something really generic. Yeah.
The
always
elf
come up with
people
like
what do we rename the elf people? The Teldra?
the Teldra, yeah, the Teldrians.
Humans,
They were elfinoids.
which I kind of liked, but it did sound kind of silly.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be that I always come up with like the alien species names, and Joseph comes up with like their like what we call them in private names. It's like that's a snake man, you know.
I call the green antenna people. I just call them Martians. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's canon or not.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah,
Something
that's
I really
right.
like actually about Joseph's alien designs. I like that you actually give them different skin tones.
Yeah.
It was like they're all green, but like some are a little bit more blue and stuff like that. You know, to give them more of a.
My
more
idea was
yeah.
that there was kind of a few dominant species in the galaxy that just kind of run things. Kind of like the Mass Effect games. So like I said, okay, so we have these big tall elf people, those will be one. We'll have the snake people will be another, and I guess kind of like the antenna green people have become another one, kind of.
Yeah,
Do we
yeah.
have the emotionless characters? What were they called in Mass Effect?
Oh no, we have the Greys, but they don't do
we haven't
anything
used
yet.
it all.
Yeah, we haven't used them at all.
Badassery.
Where they can tell the future on everything, but they just don't care. They're just kind of go. Yeah, we had this whole character for like they're gonna run the news actually, but they
They're gonna
knew
run
the future.
news.
Yeah, so like they knew what was gonna happen. But they were just like, and then the weather was really bad, and everyone continues to ignore us about the weather being bad. And like that's like everything that they do, you know.
That was gonna be the pirate episode. Was that they were gonna say that the
Wonders was taken over by
Wonders
space
was
pirates.
taken over by space pirates because they can predict the future, and everybody on the Wonders is watching it, and it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, and then they end up. No, it was Route 2 and the SDFU are watching that, and then they lock up all the crew to protect them from the space pirates, and inadvertently become the space pirates that they heard about in the news. Oh, predestination. Let's see. Set back hallway. All right, so that's finished. That looks good.
Okay.
What else do we need?
We either need to do the nebula, which would be nice, although it's not urgent, or space engineers.
Or space engineers. No, we'll do some of the nebula actually. I will go over to episode 5 art.
Okay.
I need to use the restroom. We'll be right back.
So Joseph, you come here often? Well, that's nice. I guess I'm the only one here. So hello everybody. I'm going to tell you my life story. I was born in a small tropical island in New York State. When I was 6, my brother is actually at Disney World right now. He's at Disney World this week. He's working. He's doing something for the company he works for. So he actually, which is nice because he gets to stay at the Swan or Dolphin, which are the one of the business-oriented, high expensive hotels, which is pretty cool. But he's gonna stay there for like 2 days after the work's 2 or 3 days after work's done. Just go to the parks and like Disney.
I think that idea with Route 2 and the Stufu becoming the space pirates to take over the ship is a pretty good premise. Maybe not for a long episode. Maybe for like one of the
I'm back.
I think that's a pretty funny premise.
Yeah, don't tell Casey though.
What's this?
We just said don't tell you. Why are you asking?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of wanted to know.
Stop pressuring us.
I was saying, job.
I was saying the Route 2 becoming the space pirate that takes over the crew is a pretty good premise. Or maybe not Route 2, maybe like, I don't know, Quentin or something. Like, they find out that space pirates are going to take over the crew, so they become the space pirates, like, inadvertently.
You know, I was thinking this has been a 2-hour stream. We could probably go ahead and stop it here. I talked about the... Yeah, it's fine. We talked about a lot of stuff, actually, so it's probably okay. And it's getting kind of late, so that's probably fine. But yeah, no, yeah, lots of stuff to do. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll hopefully have this episode done. We know it's taking forever. We didn't start it we didn't start it right after start date. We had to write it and come up with some other ideas. We would
You think you can get it done by the end of June?
By the end of May.
I got a vacation in June, so I don't think I'll be able to do it. But I think I can get it by the end of July.
Oh yeah, it'll be this year during the summertime for sure.
Yeah. Might potentially have 2 shorts in between then, depending on how fast one of my friend animates.
Yeah. And episode 6, I can't talk much about. We're gonna try to have that one totally written and ready to go by the time episode 5 is done. So like it's shockingly the writing process actually does take quite a while, like more than we ever thought that it would. There's a lot of back and forth and a lot of sitting on things and letting things soak, so to speak. But like that's one thing that like I've been very adamant about, is being like, let's make sure this stuff is written and ready to go, so we don't have to sit there worrying about like what's this episode about, you know, when it's crunch time. So that's been a big thing. So we'll see if we get episode 6 done sooner than episode 5 was, but we'll see what happens.
We want to transition. I want to do a couple of shorts that we have done, because I just want to do something simple that's 1 to 3 minutes long, and that'll be good. We also have the thing. Joseph just finished this up. It'll be out in a couple weeks, which will be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's just do some post production, maybe tighten up some of the editing, and should be good.
Editing might be part of that, since they're floating everywhere.
Yeah, I was just thinking of some of the there were 1 or 2 spots where I thought there was a little too much dead air time, and this is usually just like right after a cut, so it shouldn't be a problem if we even bother to do it. But that'll be once we get everything rendered and just look it over.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, make sure you can follow me on Twitter at Casey484. We have the Toonwerks Twitter, which is at the Toonwerks. We have a Facebook page somewhere. I can't log into it at the moment. I'm having trouble with that. Yeah. So I will be doing. You know what? I'm gonna pull myself together and do more of these live streams, because they're good for me, and they're good for all of you, and they're good for all of us. So
yeah,
like we'll be doing.
Once I'm beyond some of the spoiler parts, I will go ahead and do some more live streams of animating as well.
Yeah, there you go. I'll have to show you how to set up. Actually, I might have you get OBS and try it out, because it's.
I have one that I got with that big bundle of software, ScreenFlow, which is apparently really good. So I'll probably try that.
OBS is really good though.
That's actually a recording software. So
I use OBS for Twitch as well. So, and it's like working with Adobe Flash or Photoshop, but like as a video, which is really nice. Other things too, like you can follow me on Twitch, by the way, if you like watching me play video games and being a goofball. That's Twitch TV/Induin, which you can see it on the scroller up above my head. So there's all that, and we shall see you all next time. I will be back to do more of these Fridays at 8 o'clock. So be there, or be square. Is that
square, which is the reference, which is the shape we use to denote humans in working conditions.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, we'll see you all then. So thanks you. Thanks you.
Thanks for joining. See you next time, guys.
Yeah, now I'm just gonna.
Joseph, say goodbye to all the lovely fans, and Matt.
Goodbye, Jerry.